Hi, welcome. I am Susan Maude Buchser Lochocki. Later I'll be Maude in Art, but for right now I'm Susan Maude. And I'm greeting you from Geneva, Switzerland, just in front of the UN. That's the UN there. And yeah, I'm at the Broken Chair location. There's going to be some other protesters doing some things here. But I'm set up now and I'm going to go ahead and start. So I wanted to bring back some of my modern artworks with terror and smiles and bring it up to date because all these people gave me their smiles to help fight against terrorism. And the poor Gazans are being terrorized. So they're leaving their land now. And it's too little, too late. Shame on France and all the other countries. I mean, shame on the USA. You know, it's really about respecting women and children. And that's what the Zionists and that's what the Israelis are not doing. So I am here and I'm ready to talk first and then a performance later. So as you know, injustice does not end in Gaza, and the Zionists are working everywhere, including in the elections in the USA. A lot of women's votes didn't get counted, and there are probably some men's votes too that didn't get counted. But the states seem to be able to count illegal aliens and other votes, and this is just unacceptable. So I am here to protest against that, but let me get my paper now. And I guess this is part one. And I'd like to say that I'm 100% set up, but I'm not. But I'm getting there. So I think on this day that France and many other countries decided to finally recognize Palestine as a country, as a state, whatever you want to call it, it's too little too late. I don't know why they had to wait until now. I don't know why they couldn't do it last year or last month, whenever they were declaring they were going to do it. And this is unacceptable. Gaza has been destroyed. And I'm sorry, the Zionists do not deserve to have beachfront property. I don't care how much money they have. It belongs to the Palestinians. So, I am just shocked and appalled at my own country and at the UK for the things that they're not doing. They're looking away, they're letting genocide happen, and it has to stop. So I would really like to be celebrating peace on this day. And you know, when I was younger, I always thought we had peace and that it was a great day. But, you know, over the last 5 years since I started running for president, I have discovered so much corruption and fraud in the systems of many governments, and it has to stop. We are not at peace. We know what peace looks like, and there's peace between governments, and there's peace between people, and there's got to be peace between men towards women. It's enough. So, I also have to say that, you know, I'm disappointed really in my own country Because for a president who was complaining that last year, or last election in 2020, there was a lot of corruption in the election process, I can 100% guarantee you nothing changed since 2020 to 2024. And even in 22, when I discovered all the fraud and I was trying to stop the election, nothing had changed in that election either. So if it was fraudulent in 2020, according to Donald Trump, it was fraudulent in 22, and it was fraudulent in 24. But yet he's walking around telling everybody he's president when he knows votes went uncounted. And, I keep saying this. I keep telling everyone I know, everywhere I go, I keep letting people know that this is going on. And yet, nobody's stopping him. Nobody's doing anything. So where is the justice? The Supreme Court has my lawsuit. They need to make a ruling on it. It's time. It's unacceptable to have somebody fraudulent in office. At the minimum, we need a new election. Or at the minimum, we need a recount. I don't know. I just, I wish I knew what to say. Is this really our reality? Is this really what we're to expect? So, let me get my things. So today is supposed to be the UN's International Day of Peace, but we are not at peace on the planet, and we're definitely not at peace between genders. Women are killed often by their significant other, whether they're married or not. For some reason, men feel the need to lash out at women, and it's unacceptable. So I'm here for many reasons on this quote-unquote peace day. And it starts with no beachfront property for Israel. Shame on the UN and other countries for letting things go so long. It's unacceptable. The poor people, especially the women and children of Gaza, are fed up and they're leaving now. So congratulations, world. You let them, all the leaders of the world, you let them do this until it became too much. So I officially unrecognize Israel as a country. I only recognize Palestine. And I want to go back and look at all the maps, and let's find a real solution. Israel does not get to keep taking land from Palestinians and then from the neighboring countries. It's enough. And respect matters. And it's time for Israelis to respect women and children and stop killing them. We do not reward bullies, as far as I know, or terrorists for that matter, and that's exactly what Israel has become. Netanyahu needs to be arrested. He's a war criminal, and it's unacceptable what he's done around the world during his time in office. It's unacceptable. So we need to stop the lies. We need to start respecting life, respecting others, respecting nature, respecting ourselves, respecting the boundaries. And I call on the leaders around the world to respect their people, their neighbors, their land, and themselves. Okay. So, yeah. Also, as a presidential candidate, as you know, a lot of states, including West Virginia, decided to declare that I was not an official candidate because I was not registered to vote. But according to the Constitution of the United States, you have to be a U.S. citizen, you have to be 35 years of age or older, and you have to be or have lived 14 years within the United States, which I answered yes to all of those. There is nothing in the Constitution that says that to be president, you have to be registered to vote. So when I walked in to register as a candidate, I had my passport with me, and they didn't care. When I went in to vote in West Virginia, I had my passport with me to prove I was a citizen, and they didn't care. So we gotta stop the lying, folks. We cannot continue this way. Shame on West Virginia. Shame on the USA. Shame on our president. He knows the election was fraudulent, and yet he's going forward anyways. Shame on everybody in Congress. They're all illegally there. It's unacceptable. So this is the end of Citizen Susan and Campaign Susan Maude Buchser Lochocki, declaring this is a unday for sure. And it's supposed to be a peace day, but we have anything but peace. We have corruption is what we have, and it's time to stop. So this is the end of part 1. I will move to part 2 in a second. But here, let me show you what else is going on. I'm not going to be the only ones here, or it seems that there's already some other things going on. So, yeah. All right, part 2 coming up. I don't know how many parts there'll be. Maximum 3, I think. Okay. See you in the next video. Bye.